Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we are faced with a question that transcends fleeting emotions. Have I met the person who will journey with me toward the fulfillment of my potential? The answer is not found in surface attractions or the passing thrill of romance, but in the profound realization that this individual aligns with your values, complements your weaknesses, and strengthens your purpose. This speech dives into the very essence of what it means to encounter a destined partner, a connection that not only brings joy, but also challenges you to grow and evolve into the person you were meant to become. This is not about fantasy or wishful thinking. It is about the raw and transformative reality of love that shakes you to your core, breaks down your defenses, and rebuilds you in the image of something greater. It's about recognizing the signs that this person is not just a companion, but a catalyst for your highest potential. This speech will challenge your assumptions, inspire your soul, and guide you toward recognizing and embracing the kind of love that changes everything. When you meet someone who aligns with your destiny, the experience is both startling and profound. It disrupts the predictable patterns of your life, as if a force much larger than yourself has intervened. At first, it can feel overwhelming, almost as if you're standing before a mirror that reflects not only your strengths, but also your weaknesses. This person does not simply compliment you for who you are. Instead, they compel you to confront the parts of yourself that you may have kept hidden, even from yourself. It is not a comfortable process, but it is necessary. Growth is rarely comfortable, yet it is through this growth that you begin to see the extraordinary nature of the connection. A destined partnership is not about convenience or ease. It's not about finding someone who agrees with you all the time or who fits neatly into the boxes you've constructed for your life. Instead, it's about encountering someone who challenges you, who forces you to wrestle with your ideals, your goals, and your very identity. And yet, this challenge is not antagonistic, it is uplifting. It's the kind of challenge that makes you better, not through criticism or conflict, but through the sheer power of their presence in your life. They see potential in you that you might have overlooked, and through their unwavering belief in you, they ignite a fire within you to reach for more. When this kind of connection happens, it's as though a symphony begins to play, a harmony between two individuals who, while distinct, resonate on a shared frequency. This resonance cannot be fabricated or forced. It is an organic alignment of values, principles, and purposes. It's not about molding someone into the person you want them to be or allowing yourself to be shaped into what they expect. It's about two distinct individuals finding common ground, not by erasing their differences, but by celebrating them. They fit together not because they are the same, but because they complement one another in ways that are deeply meaningful. One of the most evident signs of such a partnership is the sense of peace it brings. This is not the superficial peace of avoiding conflict or the fleeting peace of infatuation. It is a deeper, more profound peace, a sense of safety and trust that allows you to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is the willingness to be seen as you are, without the masks or defenses that so often shield us from the world. In this relationship, you feel that you can reveal the depths of your soul without fear of judgment or rejection. And it's not just about being accepted, it's about being truly understood. This level of understanding creates a bond that transcends words, a bond that can weather the inevitable storms of life. There is also an unshakable sense of purpose that arises in a destined partnership. This person does not just support your goals, they share in them. Your dreams become intertwined, not in a way that diminishes your individuality, but in a way that amplifies your collective potential. Together, you begin to build something greater than either of you could have achieved alone. It's as if the universe itself conspires to support your union, opening doors and presenting opportunities that were previously hidden. And while the path may not always be easy, there is a sense of rightness to it, a feeling that no matter the challenges, this is the path you were meant to walk. In this partnership, growth is not optional, it is inevitable. You find yourself becoming more patient, more compassionate, and more resilient. The relationship becomes a crucible in which your character is refined. It is not about perfection, but about progress, about striving together toward a higher ideal. And in this striving, you discover the profound joy that comes from shared effort and mutual dedication. You learn that love is not just a feeling, but an act of will, a commitment to the well-being and flourishing of the other person. This kind of love is rare, and it is precious. It is not something to be taken for granted or treated lightly. It demands courage because it requires you to open yourself up to the possibility of loss. But it also offers a reward that is unparalleled, the chance to share your life with someone who sees you not just as you are but as you could be. And in doing so, they inspire you to become that person not for their sake but for your own. Such a connection has a way of redefining your understanding of love and relationships. It is not about possession or control, it is about liberation. It is not about demanding from the other, but about giving freely, knowing that what you give will be reciprocated in ways that enrich both of your lives. And as you journey together, you begin to see that this partnership is not just about the two of you. It is about the impact you can have on the world when you combine your strengths and align your purposes. Together, you are not just stronger, you are unstoppable. This is why a destined partnership is so transformative. It does not simply change your circumstances, it changes you. It elevates you, challenges you, and ultimately fulfills you in ways that no other relationship can. It is a gift, but it is also a responsibility, a call to rise to the occasion and to honor the connection by becoming the best version of yourself. And in doing so, you not only fulfill your own potential, but also create a legacy that will resonate far beyond your own lives. When you find someone destined to share your life, one of the most compelling signs is the way they respect and cherish your individuality. This respect is not superficial, it goes far deeper than merely acknowledging your preferences or tolerating your quirks. It is a profound recognition of your unique essence, the qualities, experiences, and perspectives that make you who you are. Such a relationship is not about assimilation or dominance, it's about a delicate balance, a dance where two people maintain their individuality while still coming together in harmony. This is no easy task, but it is precisely this balance that forms the foundation of a truly destined partnership. Respect for individuality begins with attentiveness. This person listens not just to the words you speak, but to the unspoken language of your actions, your expressions, your very being. They notice the details that others overlook, the subtle ways you express your thoughts and emotions. And in noticing, they affirm your worth. They don't rush to impose their own ideas or solutions on you, but instead seek to understand where you're coming from. This understanding creates an atmosphere of safety, a space where you feel free to express yourself without fear of being dismissed or misunderstood. It is in this space that trust begins to flourish. But respect is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and often demanding. It requires effort and intentionality. To truly respect someone's individuality means to honor their autonomy, to acknowledge that they are a whole person with their own dreams, struggles, and desires. It means resisting the temptation to mold them into what you want them to be, and instead supporting them as they strive to become the best version of themselves. This support is not always easy, especially when their growth challenges your own comfort or expectations. Yet, it is precisely this challenge that strengthens the bond between you. It is through navigating these moments of tension that you both learn to grow not apart but together. This kind of respect extends beyond words and actions. It is a matter of the heart, a deep-seated belief in the inherent dignity and value of the other person. It manifests in how you treat them, not just in public but in private, when no one else is watching. It shows in the way you celebrate their successes, even when those successes have nothing to do with you. It shows in the way you stand by them in their failures, offering encouragement rather than judgment. And it shows in the way you continually choose to see them not as a static image frozen in time, but as a dynamic, evolving being with infinite potential. At the core of this respect is a profound humility. To respect another's individuality, you must first acknowledge the limits of your own understanding. You must recognize that no matter how well you know someone, there will always be depths to them that you cannot fully comprehend. This humility fosters curiosity, a willingness to learn from the other person and to be changed by what you learn. It is this openness to growth, both within yourself and in the relationship, that keeps the connection alive and thriving. A destined partner not only respects your individuality, but also inspires you to embrace it yourself. They remind you of your worth, especially in moments when you may doubt it. They see the beauty in your imperfections, not as flaws to be fixed, but as integral parts of who you are. And in seeing this beauty, they encourage you to see it too. This encouragement is not about flattery or superficial praise. It is about genuine affirmation and acknowledgement of your strengths, your struggles, and your resilience. It is a reminder that you are not defined by your mistakes or limitations, but by your capacity to learn, to grow, and to overcome. This kind of relationship requires both courage and vulnerability. It takes courage to show up as your authentic self, knowing that you may not always be met with approval or agreement. And it takes vulnerability to let someone else see you fully, with all your flaws and fears laid bare. But in a destined partnership, this vulnerability is met not with criticism or rejection, but with compassion and understanding. This mutual vulnerability creates a bond that is unbreakable, a connection that goes beyond the superficial and reaches into the very depths of your being. When two people come together in this way, respecting and cherishing each other's individuality, they create a relationship that is not only fulfilling but also transformative. It is a relationship that challenges them to grow not just as individuals but as partners. It is a relationship that brings out the best in both of them, not by erasing their differences but by celebrating them. And it is a relationship that serves as a testament to the power of love, not the shallow, fleeting love of convenience or attraction, but the deep, enduring love that sees and honors the essence of another person. This kind of love is rare and it is precious. It is not something to be taken lightly or treated casually. It demands effort, patience, and commitment, but it also offers rewards that are beyond measure. It offers the joy of truly knowing and being known, the peace of being accepted as you are, and the fulfillment of growing into the person you were meant to be. And in this process, you come to understand that love is not just about finding someone who completes you. It is about finding someone who complements you, who challenges you, and who walks with you on the journey of becoming. This is the beauty of a destined partnership. It is not about perfection, but about progress. It is not about conformity, but about harmony. And it is not about possession, but about liberation. It is a partnership that honors the individuality of both people, while creating something greater than the sum of its parts. It is a partnership that transforms not only the lives of those involved, but also the world around them. And it is a partnership that reminds us all of the extraordinary potential of love. The third sign of a destined partner lies in their ability to communicate authentically and deeply. This is not merely a matter of sharing words or having pleasant conversations. It goes far beyond the surface, reaching into the realm of genuine understanding and connection. Communication of this nature is not about persuasion or manipulation. It is about creating a space where both individuals feel safe enough to reveal their true selves. This kind of dialogue is transformative because it allows both people to grow, not just as individuals but as partners committed to building something meaningful together. Authentic communication begins with the willingness to listen. And I don't mean the kind of listening where you're simply waiting for your turn to speak or trying to think of what to say next. I mean the kind of listening that demands humility, patience, and presence. It's the kind of listening that requires you to set aside your assumptions and truly seek to understand the other person's perspective. When someone listens to you in this way, you feel seen and valued. You begin to trust that your thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter. And in that trust, something extraordinary happens. You begin to open up, to share the parts of yourself that you might otherwise keep hidden. But listening alone is not enough. Communication also requires the courage to speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable or risky. This is where many relationships falter, as people fear the vulnerability that comes with honesty. They hold back, afraid of being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. Yet a destined partner creates an environment where honesty feels less like a risk and more like an act of liberation. They encourage you to express your feelings, thoughts, and needs without fear of retribution. They show you that honesty is not a weapon, but a bridge, one that connects you to deeper understanding and intimacy. In such a partnership, disagreements are not seen as threats, but as opportunities for growth. A destined partner doesn't avoid conflict out of fear or discomfort. Instead, they approach it with a sense of curiosity and a commitment to resolution. They understand that conflict, when handled with care and respect, can strengthen a relationship rather than weaken it. It's through navigating disagreements that you learn more about each other, your values, your boundaries, and your triggers. And it's through resolving those disagreements that you build trust and resilience as a team. Authentic communication also requires an awareness of nonverbal cues. A destined partner pays attention not just to what you say, but to how you say it. They notice the tone of your voice, the expression on your face, and the tension in your body. They read between the lines, sensing what you might be feeling, even if you can't put it into words. This attunement creates a profound sense of connection, as you realize that you don't have to explain yourself fully to be understood. It's as if they can see into your heart, recognizing your struggles and joys without the need for elaborate explanations. Moreover, this type of communication is not transactional. It's not about getting something from the other person or keeping score. It's about creating a shared understanding and fostering a sense of partnership. A destined partner approaches communication with generosity, offering their attention, empathy, and support without expecting anything in return. And in doing so, they inspire you to do the same. This mutual generosity creates a cycle of giving and receiving that deepens your bond and strengthens your connection. One of the most remarkable aspects of authentic communication is its ability to transform pain into growth. In any relationship, there will be moments of hurt and misunderstanding. But with a destined partner, those moments don't lead to resentment or withdrawal. Instead, they become opportunities for healing and learning. When you express your pain honestly, they don't dismiss it or defend themselves. They listen with empathy and take responsibility for their actions. And when they express their own pain, you feel compelled to do the same. This mutual vulnerability fosters a sense of safety and trust that allows you to navigate even the most difficult challenges together. Authentic communication is also forward-looking. A destined partner doesn't dwell on the past or use it as a weapon. Instead, they focus on the present and the future, on how you can grow together and create a life that aligns with your shared values and dreams. They encourage you to articulate your goals and aspirations, and they share their own with equal openness. In doing so, they invite you to build a vision for your relationship that goes beyond the mundane and reaches for something extraordinary. This shared vision becomes a source of motivation and inspiration, guiding you through the inevitable ups and downs of life. Finally, authentic communication is an expression of love in its purest form. It's a way of saying, I see you, I value, and I want to know you more deeply. It's a way of showing that you care enough to be present, to listen, and to share your own truth. And it's a way of building a foundation for a relationship that is not only fulfilling, but also transformative. A relationship where both individuals feel empowered to be their best selves while supporting each other along the way. When you experience this kind of communication with someone, you know that they are not just another person passing through your life. They are a partner in the truest sense of the word, someone who walks beside you, challenges you, and uplifts you. And in their presence, you find the courage to communicate more authentically, to love more deeply, and to live more fully. This is the power of authentic communication, and it is one of the clearest signs that you have found your destined partner. A destined partner's influence on your growth is profound and unmistakable. They challenge you not in a way that undermines you or makes you feel inadequate, but in a way that inspires you to rise above the limitations you've placed on yourself. This kind of challenge isn't about competition or power dynamics. It's about encouragement, about seeing potential within you that you may not even recognize, and gently yet persistently helping you realize it. A destined partner has an innate ability to discern your strengths and weaknesses, and they encourage you to harness those strengths while working through your shortcomings. In life, it is so easy to stagnate. Comfort and routine have a way of lulling us into complacency, where we stop striving for better versions of ourselves. A destined partner disrupts this pattern not through criticism or force, but through the kind of love that holds you accountable. They remind you of who you could be if you were just brave enough, disciplined enough, and determined enough to take the necessary steps. They ask of you not perfection, but progression. They do this because they care too much to let you settle for mediocrity. They see you as someone capable of more, and their belief in you becomes a powerful motivator. The truth is, growth is rarely comfortable. It often comes with pain, sacrifice, and a confrontation with the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But a destined partner walks with you through this discomfort. They don't abandon you when the road becomes rocky or when the effort feels overwhelming. They stand by you, offering reassurance and a steady hand to hold. They remind you that while growth may be hard, stagnation is far more dangerous. They challenge you to ask the difficult questions. Are you living up to your potential? Are you confronting your fears, or are you running from them? And most importantly, are you becoming the person you aspire to be? This partnership isn't one-sided. Just as they challenge you to grow, they are equally open to being challenged themselves. They don't shy away from acknowledging their own flaws or areas where they need to improve. Instead, they embrace the process of self-discovery and self-improvement, knowing that a relationship thrives when both individuals are committed to growth. This mutual willingness to evolve creates a dynamic that is both empowering and humbling. It fosters a sense of equality where both partners feel valued and supported in their individual journeys. What makes this dynamic so extraordinary is its transformative nature. A destined partner doesn't just encourage you to improve your external circumstances, your career, your health, your relationships with others. They inspire you to delve deeper, to explore the essence of who you are. They challenge you to confront your beliefs, your values, and your sense of purpose. In their presence, you begin to ask yourself profound questions. What kind of person do I want to be? What legacy do I want to leave behind? What is my role in this vast, complex world? Through these questions, you begin to redefine what it means to live a meaningful life. You start to see that fulfillment doesn't come from material possessions or fleeting pleasures, but from growth, connection, and contribution. You realize that the journey toward becoming your best self is not just about you, it's about the impact you have on others and the world around you. And your destined partner becomes a constant reminder of this truth, challenging you to live with intention and purpose. One of the most powerful aspects of this partnership is the way it transforms fear into courage. Fear is an inevitable part of growth. It whispers in your ear that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that it's safer to stay where you are. But a destined partner helps you confront these fears head-on. They don't shield you from the difficulties of life, but they offer the kind of support that makes those difficulties feel surmountable. They remind you that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. And in their presence, you find the strength to take risks, to push boundaries, and to embrace the unknown. This kind of support doesn't come from a place of obligation or duty. It comes from a deep, genuine love that wants to see you thrive. It's a love that isn't threatened by your success or intimidated by your ambition. Instead, it celebrates your victories as if they were its own. It's a love that finds joy in your growth and fulfillment, knowing that when you become the best version of yourself, the relationship itself becomes stronger and more vibrant. A destined partner also teaches you the importance of humility and growth. They remind you that no matter how far you've come, there is always more to learn, more to achieve, and more to give. They encourage you to approach life with curiosity and a willingness to adapt. They help you see that true growth is not a destination, but a continuous journey, one that requires persistence, resilience, and a willingness to embrace both success and failure. Ultimately, this kind of partnership is about becoming more than you ever thought possible, not just as individuals, but as a team. Together, you create a relationship that is not only deeply fulfilling, but also profoundly transformative. It's a relationship that challenges you to rise above your fears, to embrace your potential, and to live with purpose. And in doing so, it becomes a source of strength, inspiration, and love that carries you through the challenges and triumphs of life. True connection is built upon vulnerability. In a world that often rewards superficiality and self-preservation, genuine intimacy asks something far more profound of us. It demands that we lower our defenses, remove the masks we wear, and allow another person to truly see us, not the curated version we present to the world, but the raw, imperfect, deeply human core of who we are. And this is terrifying. To reveal yourself so fully to another person is to risk rejection, judgment, and the fear that perhaps, in the depths of your soul, you are not enough. But it is precisely this vulnerability that forms the foundation of a love that is real and enduring. When someone chooses to stay, even after seeing the parts of you that you are ashamed of, that is when love begins to feel like something unshakable. It's not about perfection, for none of us are perfect. It's about acceptance. The kind of love that lasts is one that says, I see you. I see your flaws, your mistakes, your wounds, and I love you anyway. This kind of love doesn't just comfort, it transforms. It has the power to heal old scars and make you believe, perhaps for the first time, that you are worthy simply because you exist. But it's not enough to simply feel love. Love must also be expressed. Real connection requires effort. It asks you to communicate, not just through words, but through actions. And these actions must be consistent, intentional, and reflective of the care you feel. The danger, of course, lies in the assumption that love is self-sustaining, that it will continue to thrive without nourishment. But relationships are like gardens, they require tending. You must water them, pull out the weeds, and ensure they receive enough sunlight. Neglect them and they wither. Over time, even the most passionate love can fade if it isn't nurtured. This is why intentionality is so critical in relationships. You have to make the choice every single day to show up for the person you love. And this choice is not always easy. Life is full of distractions, responsibilities, and challenges that can pull your focus away from your partner. But genuine love prioritizes connection. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment or the absence of stress. It finds a way to flourish even amidst chaos. One of the most powerful ways to express love is through listening. And I don't mean the kind of listening where you're merely waiting for your turn to speak. I'm talking about listening that is active, present, and deeply empathetic. To truly listen to someone is to give them a gift that is increasingly rare in our fast-paced, distracted world. It's to say, you matter. Your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, they matter to me. This kind of listening is not passive, it requires effort. You must resist the urge to interrupt, to fix, to judge. Instead, you must simply be there, fully engaged, offering your attention as an act of love. But love is not just about what you give, it's also about what you allow yourself to receive. For many people, accepting love can be just as difficult, if not more so, than giving it. It requires trust, and trust is often hard-won, especially if past experiences have left you guarded or cynical. To let someone love you is to take a leap of faith. It's to believe that despite your flaws, you are deserving of kindness, respect, and care. And this belief is crucial, for without it, you may find yourself sabotaging the very connection you crave. The idea of reciprocity is essential in relationships. Love cannot flow in only one direction. There must be a balance, a give and take that feels fair and sustaining to both partners. This doesn't mean that every gesture or sacrifice must be matched precisely. Relationships are not transactional. But there should be a sense of equilibrium, a mutual understanding that both individuals are equally invested in the partnership. When this balance is disrupted, resentment can creep in, eroding the bond that once felt so strong. Another hallmark of genuine love is the willingness to grow together. Life is a series of transitions, and as individuals, we are constantly evolving. The person you are today is not the same person you were 5 years ago, and you won't be the same person 5 years from now. This is a beautiful truth, but also a challenging one. For a relationship to endure, it must adapt to these changes. Both partners must be willing to support each other's growth, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. And this growth often requires forgiveness. No one is perfect, and even the most loving relationships are marked by moments of hurt and misunderstanding. The ability to forgive, to truly forgive, not just in words but in your heart, is what allows relationships to endure. Forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful behavior, it's about choosing to let go of resentment and to move forward with a renewed commitment to understanding and connection. It's a decision to prioritize the relationship over the need to be right or to hold on to past grievances. Genuine love is characterized by a sense of shared purpose. It's not just about two people existing side by side, it's about creating a life together, one that feels meaningful and fulfilling to both partners. This shared purpose can take many forms: a family, a shared dream, a mutual commitment to a cause. Whatever it is, it provides a sense of direction, a reason to keep striving, even when the road is difficult. True love, then, is not passive. It's not something that just happens to you. It's something you actively create every single day. It's a choice, a commitment, and a practice. And when you find it, when you experience that deep, transformative connection with another person, it changes you. It makes you braver, kinder, and more resilient. It reminds you of what truly matters in life, and it gives you the strength to face whatever challenges come your way. Because at the end of the day, love is not just about finding someone who makes you happy, it's about becoming someone who can create happiness, both for yourself and for the person you love. And in doing so, you create a bond that is not only lasting but deeply, profoundly beautiful. There is a profound truth in the human experience that we often overlook. The impact of our actions reverberates far beyond the boundaries of our immediate awareness. This is especially evident in the subtle, almost imperceptible ways we communicate love, respect, and commitment. It is not always the grand gestures that define the depth of our relationships, but the quiet, consistent actions that speak of genuine care. These actions, though small, carry a weight that shapes the very fabric of our connections with others. Think about the way trust is built, for instance. It is not forged in a single moment of clarity or passion, but through countless small acts of reliability, honesty, and understanding. Trust grows when promises are kept, when words align with actions, and when someone consistently shows up, even when it is inconvenient or difficult. In a relationship, this consistency becomes a cornerstone. It tells the other person, you are safe here. You can rely on me. And this assurance, this unwavering dependability, creates a space where vulnerability can flourish. But this is not easy. To be consistent, to be reliable, requires discipline. It demands that you prioritize the well-being of another person, often above your own immediate desires or convenience. It asks for a certain selflessness, a willingness to set aside your ego and to focus on what is best for the relationship. And this is no small feat. It requires an intentional choice, made over and over again, to honor the connection you have with another person. This leads to another crucial aspect of genuine love: attentiveness. In a world that is increasingly distracted, where our attention is pulled in countless directions by screens, notifications, and endless demands, to be truly attentive is a rare and precious gift. When you give someone your full attention, you are telling them you matter. What you have to say matters. Who you are matters. This kind of attentiveness requires more than just physical presence. It demands mental and emotional engagement. It means putting down your phone, tuning out the noise, and truly listening not just to the words being spoken, but to the emotions and intentions behind them. This attentiveness, when practiced consistently, creates a sense of being seen and understood. And to feel understood is one of the deepest human needs. It is in these moments of connection, where we feel truly known and accepted, that love deepens. But it is not enough to simply listen, we must also respond. Genuine love is dynamic, not static. It evolves through ongoing dialogue, through the willingness to engage with the needs, desires, and concerns of the other person. This requires openness and humility, a willingness to admit when you are wrong and to strive to do better. Another element of genuine love is patience. Relationships are not always smooth or easy. There will be misunderstandings, disagreements, and moments of frustration. But it is in these moments that love is tested and ultimately strengthened. Patience means allowing space for the other person to grow, to make mistakes, and to learn. It means resisting the urge to control or to demand immediate change. Instead, it is about offering support and encouragement, trusting that the process of growth takes time. Patience also requires self-awareness. To be patient with another person, you must first be patient with yourself. You must recognize your own limitations, your own tendencies toward impatience or frustration, and work to manage them. This is not about suppressing your emotions or denying your needs. It is about approaching the relationship with a sense of balance and perspective. It is about understanding that both you and the other person are imperfect beings, striving to do your best in a complex and often challenging world. Forgiveness is another critical component of genuine love. No one gets it right all the time. We all make mistakes, say things we regret, or fail to meet the expectations of those we care about. In these moments, forgiveness becomes essential. But forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful behavior or pretending that everything is fine. It is about acknowledging the pain, addressing the issue, and choosing to move forward with a renewed commitment to understanding and connection. Forgiveness is a process, one that requires honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of resentment. At its core, genuine love is an act of courage. It is a choice to open yourself up to the possibility of joy, connection, and intimacy, knowing full well that these come with the risk of pain, disappointment, and loss. It is about embracing the vulnerability that comes with allowing someone into your heart and trusting that, together, you can navigate whatever challenges come your way. This courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward despite it. Finally, genuine love is about purpose. It is not just about what you feel in the moment, but about what you are building together. It is about creating a life that is meaningful and fulfilling, one that reflects the values and aspirations you both hold dear. This shared purpose gives direction to the relationship, providing a foundation that can weather the storms of life. It reminds you of why you chose each other in the first place and what you hope to achieve together. In the end, genuine love is not something you find, it is something you create. It is a choice, made daily, to invest in the well-being of another person. It is a practice, one that requires effort, intention, and resilience. And it is a gift, one that has the power to transform not only your relationship, but your very sense of self. For in loving deeply and authentically, you become more fully human, more compassionate, more understanding, and more connected to the beauty and complexity of life. This is the kind of love that lasts, the kind of love that truly matters.